Table of contents. Second page， 这个我帮你们印出来还是怎么样？呀，因为这个是多了这个 page， 所以我记得说12，所以下面14个 page，2 more pages 。我就先印你这个 form 啊。不过我要看看今天这个453会不会 retarded。1、2、3、4 ，Did you need it? No. You need it too? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6份 copy. So they adding 2 more pages than the last year. 哦，真的是 more and more and more pages. OK， 这是 second page 这个 table of content 的地方 ，broker duty 的都一样。OK，table of contents。Let's look at this。这个来讲的话 ，is why we're doing this is because basically the lot of agent they probably doesn't know the vocabulary or the statement what they're talking about. This is table of contents. If you basically this one, so you can if somebody or your buyer mentions something. Then you know which page they are mentioning it. So if you look at an investigation of a physical condition, we'll talk about the investigation or inspection. That is between page 2 to 5. Easement access, encroachment, environmental hazard, formaldehyde, geologic hazard, inspection, mold, pets and animal, septic system, soil, geologic condition, square footage, lot size, boundary, survey, water intrusion, well and water system, would destroy pest. That's a termite at the end. So those are, if you have anything you don't understand, it's okay. You gotta have to, you can ask me. Because if you don't, you later on say, or unless you want to do the Google search yourself. What does it really mean? Easement, access, encroachment, we all pretty much know, right? Because we all study on the license, we should know. Environmental hazard, that is something is contaminating. Formaldehyde, that's for the drugs. Okay. Geological hazard, if they do have it. Certainly we know the inspection, we know mold, pets and animal, septic system, underground. Okay. Soil and geologic condition. So if you have the tendency for landslide, it could be have a soil issue or geologic condition. Square footage, okay? If somebody want to challenge the square footage, that is, you can base on appraiser, county assessor report, or if like city or county, they have the original floor plan and the permits, okay? That's for that. Lot size, you need to hire the surveyor, or we have to base on the assessor report. Boundary and survey. That's if you have to know your boundary, you gotta have to find a surveyor to do it for you. Water intrusion, water leak, anything. Okay, it could be from flood, rain, or plumbing. Well and water system, underground water. Okay, and the termite. B, the property use and ownership. 不是你要不要看一下 see if they printed 那个453，如果没有的话 I use my 这个 notebook to print. Yeah, 谢谢。Number 1, accessory drilling unit. 这个是 property and ownership. You gotta have to know. Building permits, zoning, code of compliance, buyer intent, future use. What do you plan to use? Because sometimes if you have the grandfather zoning, grandfather law, and if you want to change it, city may not let you. Say, for example, you got a big lot. It's like last time I have showed the property in El Monte. It's a 3 units. And it's a huge lot. And my client said, can I build a 4th unit? City said, no. We're already changing to single family zoning. Whoa, wait, it's a 3 units zoning. Yeah, that's a grandfather. But if you want to do something, change it. 没有哈 OK. Still retarded. OK. 我来用那 then if you want to add something, you cannot. Yes, you can remodel it, but you cannot demolish or adding anything. Yeah. Is that the Monty? Oh no, San Gabriel. San Gabriel, San Gabriel. Yeah, it's a unit area. Okay, units in the residential area. Now that particular area, they all residential. So they have a single family. They go single family S or single family P, or they have a single family dash something. So depend on what they can. No, residential. But it's a 3 units income property. Suddenly that zoning become they rezone as a single family zoning. Yeah. So that is something you cannot say, oh, you rely on something and it's always there. No, city can change anytime. So that's why, when the building permit, zoning, code of compliances, then that's why all buyer intended future use. Those are you gotta have to double check with the county or city. So don't assuming. If you assume, okay, you may get hurt later on. A buyer will after you. Why? You told me I can build another one. So if you don't know, it's okay. Don't feel bad and say, I don't know. Let me find out for you. Don't pretend you know and give it the buyer wrong information. Okay? Yes. California Fair Plan. What's that? What's called a California Fair Plan? What sounds like? Ever heard about it? What's a California Fair Plan? No? Yes? That's insurance. Our fire insurance. That's the California state fire insurance. They never say anything. Fair plan. What plan? It's an insurance plan. They call California Fair Plan. Okay? So that is something, just let you know. Some of a house in the remote area or on the hill, insurance company may not insure. Just like, for example, I have a client in La Habra Heights. Okay. Original, they insure through AIG. Oh, okay. That's what's I why AIG doing the fire? I thought they were doing the life insurance. Okay, obviously they did. But when I look at the bill, woohoo, $8,000 on the premium. That's a lot for annual premium. And because they're gonna put it in a rental property. So we want to, at least I need to notify the insurance company and say, it's not no longer owner occupied, it's going to be tenant occupied. Okay, why we need to notify the insurance company? Do you know why? Why it's insured? The issue is, if it's an owner occupied and you rent it out without notifying the insurance company, later on, if the fire break out, can the insurance company turn down the claim? Oh, you rent it out. You didn't tell me it's going to be rental. Then why should I have to reimburse you? Why should I have to, pay you? Because you lied to me first. Usually the renter insurance cheaper than the owner occupied. Then why don't you just go and notify them, right? Okay. This is the actual case. So we notify the AIG. AIG said, we're not going to insure the tenant, the renter occupied, tenant occupied. Okay, renter. I said, why? Probably have more tendency to, more high risk. Okay. And I talked to her and said, well, obviously, I don't really want to butt in on this situation. I don't care the owner pay for it or who refer them, or I don't know.
As I know, if you rental and people will ask the the owner will ask the rental people to buy the insurance.
That's a renter insurance. That's different.
Different?
Okay. Owner, they have to change the fire insurance. Okay, what we talk about two things. You're talking about the rental insurance. That's cover what? Personal property. Inside. All the tenant, all their personal belonging or any maybe accident may happen, something like that. Usually, mainly, it's a personal property. But what I'm talking about is a structure, fire insurance. And that who's pay for that? Seller, owner, or landlord, okay? So, and I talked to I said, well, let me refer you on on my agent to State Farm. So State Farm quote, it's about like 3,000 something, 3,500. What's a big difference? They submit the property, everything. State Farm turned down. Why? Because they had a brand new client. If they are the repeating client, like me, okay, I'm the State Farm, okay, insure. If I buy the house in La Habra Heights, yes, they will insure me. But since they are the brand new, they won't because high risk. They turn down. But only one company cannot turn you down is California Fair Plan, because that's a state. They cannot turn you down. No matter what, they have to insure you. No, $2,500. It just, they only cover you the fire, nothing else. The theft, the medical, or any accident, no. They only cover the structure, fire, insurance. But they will cover that, and as we report it as a tenant occupied. So tenant, we require tenant doing the rental insurance up to $1 million coverage, because that's a huge house, 7,000 square footage. And actually, rental insurance dirt cheap. If you talk about $1 million coverage, it's less than $200 a year. It's not that more. Okay, it's not that more. Yeah. So so that's why it's really stupid if the tenant did not insure. And why we enforce it when I go through the lease. We cannot, on the form, we didn't really say enforce it, but you can say, well, certainly, if you don't show me the rental insurance policy, you don't get the key. Simple as that, okay? Do you think they want to insure or not? Most of the Caucasian, they will follow the rule. Even I don't have to kind of force them, hey, no insurance, no key. No, I don't have to say that. They will provide everything. Because they know it's a great coverage. It's for benefit for them. Asian? Say, why should I have to pay for that? We never pay for that. Hey, sellers or owners donate insurance. Yeah, but if the fire break out, the owner, why the rental insurance is cheap, the owner or tenant there, if they change to tenant occupy, why is cheaper? So insurance company doesn't have to cover the personal property because it's not belong to the owner anymore. When you owner occupy, you have all your personal belonging, right? But when the tenant occupy, well, it's not yours. So tenant need to cover their rental insurance, then so do the owner or landlord. They cover on the structure only.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other case, if I cover the whole road, one road, to other people.
Oh, that is still no. Great question. If the shared bedroom, as long as the owner live inside, consider owner occupied. What I'm saying is that when owners lease out the whole premises, okay, whole house and so do the yard, everything, whole premises, owner did not live there, that is tenant occupied. That's considered. But if owner just live in bedroom, even some of the owners, they're dirt cheap. They live in garage. They rented out. they rented out the whole house. It's still owner occupied. Okay, as long as owner inside in the premises. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Just one copy, and you still need 5 more copy. I hit print. SBSA. SBSA. 305. How come? 305 stuck? still looking for printer. Let's see. Funny. Hello, hey, Julie, yeah. Funny. Why they still looking for printer? Unable to locate a printer? Let's see. Hmm. I'll take a quick look later. Okay. And the number 5, future reports, replacement and remodeling. Okay, if you talk about the replacement remodeling on the okay, this is later. That's for and also number 6, heating, ventilating, air conditioning system. So we get the usually when you see what they call HVAC, that's the initial. See that? HVAC. That's the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. HVAC system. Historical design, coastal commission, architectural, landscape, agricultural, open space, and other restriction of a building and improvement. Some of the building, if they are in the agriculture zone, even the land is so big, what can you do? Nothing. Besides plant, that's it. Like, some of the horse property or some of the agriculture property in Temecula. Last time when I deal with it, you see the zoning is agriculture. That means you can only have one house. Okay? Resident or avocado trees. Yeah, can you do anything about it? Build more houses? No, it's agriculture zoning. And the also insurance, title insurance and title insurance after foreclosure. 9, land lease. Okay, do you see anything on the land lease here? Some of them, Arcadia, Santa Ana. Okay, land lease, that means you buy the house, but you don't buy the land. Land is leased. You don't own the land. Land is owned by someone else. Usually the residential, you don't see that often, but on commercial, probably you see more. For example, Mr. Roland, they own a lot of Roland Heights commercial land. So when you see a lot of plaza or land, or office building, the land is not belong to whoever, the office owner or building owner, because they have a land owner, Roland family. Yeah. So a lot of the shopping plaza here is leased. For how long? 99 years. That's the longest term. See the 99 range market or whatever, you see the supermarket around those corners, those are, because those are prime area considerably for commercial zoning. And usually the smart landowner, they probably won't, sell it. They want to lease it. Yeah. Just like, that's what I heard. See that we do a lot of grading, on the city industry. They want to off the grant. Do you guys know where they're going to be? Off on the Grand and 60? They're going to build the biggest outlets. Used to be it's a football field. That's what they planned, right? Where's the football team go? LA Rams. Yay! They go to the NFL. Where they go? They are going to be, locate. They are going to be later on. They're going to locate Inglewood. And I know City of Industry, they will not sell the land on that particular area. So I think that probably the deal broke off as the football team, they want to buy the land and build the building, build a football field. But if the city doesn't want to sell the land, what can they do? So they have to keep on searching. So I think they end up in Inglewood. Yeah, Inglewood later on, they're going to build the football field. And since that vacant land, they gotta have to do something. I know they really want to build a mall here. Even they have a proposed, in Diamond Bar Golf Course. They want to thought about it, see if they can build a mall. But we got two more too close, Brea Mall, La Ponte Mall. If I build another mall in Diamond Bar, too close. So that's why City of Industry, they end up they want to build the outlets over there. But certainly they have to compensate the money to the next city because of traffic. So Diamond Bar got a lot. Walnut also got some to compensate millions and millions dollars. Okay, then cities. Okay, fine. Our vicinity around the area, just an area city. Okay, well, let you build the outlets there. So they are. I think probably next 2 years you'll see it. So later on, we don't have to go all the way to Capizon. Here, yeah. Virtually, I can walk to shop. And also the marijuana, methamphetamine labs. Last time I mentioned, which city just passed? El Monte. Okay, they just passed. They can plant the marijuana legally. If you want to plant at home, that's okay. Move there. Well, it's certainly easy to apply. 11, owner's title insurance. That's just like, what we get the title insurance, okay? Rent eviction control laws and ordinance. Retrofit building requirement, point of a sales requirement. Short-term rental and restriction. That's more like what? Airbnb. 15, views, swimming pool, security, safety. 17, water storage, conservation. Huge water tanks, those kinds of stuff. 19, 15, improvement bound, Melrose Community District, and other assessment district. Okay. That's what we talk about, the property use and ownership. C, offsite and neighborhood condition. Golf course disclosure, neighborhood area. I think it's been printed already. Oh no, yeah. Just let me go ahead and get this. Got one more copy because I forgot to print. Oh. 等一下，这个 seller 这边在叮一直叮。We want a house there. Other agent let us out at 14. Yeah, sounds better. Um, 14. Okay. Sorry. Okay. 等下再1分钟你 burn 你这就可以去拿，我现在在 print 最后另外1份就可以了。So these. Okay. I didn't know once I replaced the hard drive, sucking more power. Solid state hard drive. Everything when you go fast, you need more power. Sucking my battery faster. Yeah. Golf course disclosure, okay? If any off-site or neighborhood condition, golf course disclosure, if you live around the golf course area, neighborhood area, personal factor, or buyers intend to use high-speed rail. I'm not sure we are going to have a high-speed rail anymore, since we have a relationship so bad with China. Because that's a part of a contract. That's a high-speed rail. It's have to be made in China. Yeah. So, not sure we're gonna have that. Okay. And smoking restriction. We all have pretty much usually 25 feet away from the building, you shouldn't smoke, or even in a townhouse area, especially if you have a tenant live around the townhouse area, then if the other owner or tenant complain, you better notify your own tenant and say, hey, look, it's okay, you can smoke, but you gotta have to keep away from the building, because sometimes if they are smoking a patio, the smoke will go up to the second floor, and that's a different unit. Yeah. Neighborhood noise source, schools, underground pipeline, and utility. Those are you can check. School district. People would like to know. It's like, okay, on this address, what school we to attend? I don't know. You gotta ask the school district, or I do the search. Then I usually do it like a greyschool.org, on the website. So check on it. Just input the address and check, what school they are attending. Is it going to be accurate? I hope so. The best way is like call school district. Yeah. But I know a lot of buyers, they kind of lazy, or they don't want to talk. No, I won't, because it's no guarantee. Why? Yeah. Put it this way. If you live in the elementary school, right next to it, and that elementary school is full, can you still get in? No. If you put on the listing, I'm in trouble. I won't put it in. On my listing, I only put, most likely, if I can put high school, why I can do it at high school. If this city only have one high school to attend, that's fine. But if I selling property, for example, I grew up in Torrance, and Torrance have 4 high schools. It doesn't matter you live in a high school, this one or not. If it's full, you have to line up. You have the waiting list. You have to attend the other high school first, whoever is got opening or got last student. It's not like if you, for example, in Walnut, you gotta have to go to Walnut High School. Even Walnut School District have a Diamond Bar High School and Walnut High School, but usually it's the city of Walnut that you're attending the Walnut High School. So that's why, one time I heard they are just a freshman, 9th grader, almost 1,000 people. And that's a lot. Just one grading, freshman. 900 something. I say, oh, but they have to accept it. Why? That's only high school. Yeah. But if you talk about Roland Heights, I cannot 100% guarantee. If you are living next to Roland High School, do you think you have a tendency to go to Nogales High School? It's all Roland School District. Okay? So that's why I rather put it just a school district. And whatever the school may be, you go find it yourself. Yeah. Because I don't want the a buyer thinking, hey, listing agent tell me that. You put on the listing and you cannot deliver. Yeah. If I cannot deliver, then I will rather don't put it. Legal requirement, tear down the property. Oh, that's a legal requirement. If you don't disclose, agent, seller, all in trouble. Earthquake fault zone and seismic hazard zone. Okay, tear down the property. Now, used to be, I asked the seller, do you have anybody pass away in the past 3 years? That was the question I asked. Now I can ask, do you have anybody pass away while you live here? Why? I thought the death 3 years, right? Now we gotta have to consider natural death and unnatural death. Unnatural death, you have to disclose forever. Natural death, consider sickness, die in old ages, that it's okay, 3 years in writing. And more than 3 years, you can do it verbally. Or the seller doesn't tell you, then no way we would know. But believe me, the nosy neighbor, they will tell the new owner. So you bet.
Natural death, we still need to disclose for that, right? Natural death.
Natural death, within 3 years, we have to disclose in writing. But natural death is more than 3 years, a seller still telling you, then you just verbally tell the agent. I don't have to put it in writing. Now, no black and white. But natural death, suicide, homicide, accident, then you have to disclose forever. You own that house. What do you mean accident? Say like people drown in the pool. That's an accident. Okay. Earthquake fault zone and seismic hazard zone. Those are why we order the NHD. We don't want seller to disclose that because we rather using the other party. Finance, I can put the deposit check in the mail and bring it to you on Monday. We are out of town. I will let you know this weekend. EPA lead-based paint renovation, repair, painting rules for fire hazard. FERTA, California withholding. Okay, those are if withholding what? Tax. Okay. 6, flood hazard. 7, 你要的话可以去拿了. Yeah, we got all the copies. So I printed 6. Do you still need copy? No, yes, maybe. Okay. I printed 6 copies. Because last time when I go over is the old form. 我自己没注意到 is 2016. This is 2018. 2 more pages. 7, Megan's Law database disclosure. What's a Megan's Law database? Try to refresh your memory. Whee, come on. What's the Megan's Law? You know? Anybody? You know, then what? Sex offender. Sex offender. Okay? Sexual offender. Sexual harassment. Criminal. Put it this way. If you really want to do it, yes, we do have it. I think, not sure, is that app still? Yeah, you can check on the website, and I think probably you still have the apps you can use, on a cell phone. If you, go to the area, you hit, your current location and see how many reporting sex offender live around the neighborhood. I rather don't use those apps to show buyer, okay? If it happens, just show next door. And buyers, I love this house. And next door is, well, because we are not obligated, Okay, we are not obligated to check the sex offender for the buyer. Okay, we can tell you, we do have the Megan's Law. If you do concern, check the website yourself. But as a real estate broker, we are not obligated. Later on, when we go through details, see that. Property tax bill supplement notice. That is something we need to notify the buyer, especially new buyer. The first year, you'll have a tax bill, supplemental tax, because when you pay the old rate from the seller, cheaper. But if you get the, but when you go through the first year, you have supplemental, because when you buy higher, you purchase higher. Okay, the only thing you'll pay lower is when the market crash. When the market crash, you'll pay cheaper, lower on the property tax, because they'll reassess. And the accurate sales price reporting, well, definitely, because the title company and escrow company, they will get the accurate price reported, because that's how they calculate your tax. But if the tax assessor have any doubt of your price reporting, for example, you do the transferring, or do the, so for example, like father sell the house to kids with the discount price, especially Asian, okay, discount, half price. And they say, wait a minute, this is way off. Or Bangkok property, they sell you, it's a beat up house, discount price. Oh, but that's a way off the market. Then tax assessor, they do have appraiser, they will come out and they will do their calculation within the range. They will reassess the value, not your purchase price. That's why our property tax, yes. So that's why, you know, if somebody say, hey, can you sell cheaper, in $100,000 cheaper? For what? And, you know, seller tell buyer, hey, so you can pay the last property tax. Wrong. If any buyer accept that proposal from seller, he or she is so stupid. Why? First of all, you lose $100,000 your capital gain range when you want to sell it, because owner occupied, you have a tax exemption, $250,000 per person. You lose that. You lose 100 grand. Second of all, you don't save the property tax. They will come out and reassess, still on the market price. Then if the buyer say, blame the seller, say, you told me, you know, I get a last property tax, but it's still calculated the same on the market price. Sucker. You're gonna blame seller. You accept it. Okay, so don't accept anything like that. I know some people, they do it and say, I'll pay you 100 grand in China. I'll pay you 100 grand in Hong Kong or somewhere else. But we report 100 grand less here. So you can save some money. Save what money? You save nothing. Sometimes you even pay more, because it's happened to my client before. They sell actually the true father buy the son back, parents buy the house from kids back. Why? Because kids cannot afford the payment. The mortgage payment. Even, I think that's not a big payment. You know, it's about $1,500 bucks. And the kids cannot afford it. Parents has the money, buy it back. But parents buy it back with a lower price. The house, parents pay $500,000, $500,000 to the kids. But when they record it, it's $400,000. But when they receive property tax, it's $530,000 based on that assessed value. Usually, assessor, they have a range. So it could be from 480 to 530. But if you wait until they coming out, they use the highest. If you fall into 480 to 530, they'll use your purchase price. But since you did not honestly telling me, you lowball. It's like lowball price, right? Then I use the highest in the range, 530, to tax you. So they don't, the parents didn't even say the property. James, what can I do? Too late. You should ask me before you do the transferring. You already did, then I cannot help you. Okay? So that's why a lot of, that's why they need us. Even, I didn't really make money. You know, if they ask me, oh, it's a free service. Why don't you ask me? Don't do that. And later on, I said, oh, if we want to sell the property, yes, you lose 100 grand, your capital gain, the range. Oh, hey, you lose both sides. So that's, you know, when you look at the property tax, just, you know, guys mentioned this, don't be stupid to, you know, change anything. That's why I want you to, you always educate your buyer, say, what the government or the county, when they tax you, it's based on your purchase price or assessed value, which one is higher, not lower, higher. Assessed value or purchase price. So that's why they need an accurate sales price. So they can use that as the guideline to assess the value in the neighborhood. Zone maps may change. Okay. Kind of tell you, repeat it again. E, contract related issue and terms. Arbitration, electronic signature. Okay, we all, you know that we all signing on DocuSign. Be sure you, when you tell your buyer signing the electronic signature, doesn't matter digital ink, DocuSign, or any other brand, you still need to go over the form, the disclosure, the contract with them. Unless they've been repeating buying the property, like investor, they buying, you know, okay, then fine. They already know. But if the first timer, it's our job to go through. It's just sign it. No. You still over the phone, even a foreigner, if you could, over the phone, tell them a summary of all the form you are signing. Don't just tell them just sign it. They're signing what, in blank? You're gonna have to explain. It's our job. Because if later on anything happened, buyer can sue you because you did not do any explanation. And I don't know what I'm signing. And you think judge will believe buyer or believe you? So that's why if we do the explanation or go over the paperwork, sometimes I make a little notes on that appointment. What did I do today? So if I get any situation like that, I can show on my appointment book at that particular property or particular owner. So prove it. I did go over with the buyer. I gotta have to show the evidence. Okay? In the front of a judge. I just have to prepare the worst. You gotta have to learn that. Escrow fund, home warranty, identification of natural persons behind shell company in all cash transaction. What's that? Shell companies.
那个外壳公司啊 ，paper company. See that? They mentioned that now.
Okay? Because it's a tax issue, especially all cash transaction.
Because that's prevent the money laundering.
Paper company, okay? Shell company, that's
you figure it's like paper company.
Okay. Liquidation damage, mediation, non-confidentiality of office, of offer, NCF, non-confidentiality of offers, okay? Online and wire fund transfer. Those are, for the contract related. F, other factors affecting the property. Community enhancement and private transfer fee. If you do have those
wetland habitat, wildlife habitat, and if the community, they do have anything, have a private donation, and once you do the transaction, certainly you have a private transfer fee. General recall, defect, production, class action information, homeowner association, covenant, condition, and restriction, CC&R, covenant, condition, and restriction. Charging station. What? You drive electrical car? Now they added in charging station. Where's that? Some of a community or townhouse, or they do have a charging station. Even some of a new builder, new townhouse or new home, they already built in a charging plug. Yeah, just plug it in. Just like, you know, if you drive Tesla, I don't think Tesla, they will give you those charging plug because too expensive. Because Tesla, they give it a high voltage, like commercial 480, not our 220, okay, or even 110, 120 voltage. How long are you gonna charge? So I have a client live in West LA buying a Tesla, and she didn't know. I said, "Oh, great! I need to spend about $5,000 on my electrical panel because I have to apply through Edison Company to increase my voltage." Usually, we only got, you know, up to 220 on each house. Okay, and the amperage, you know, some of it, you know, old house, especially West LA, they are not even 100 amp. Like, remember last night there in San Marino, I saw the 60 amp, 80 amp. That's a pretty small. But you know, it's like, oh, you need a big one. Well, tough.
A single one about a 50 amp request about a Tesla.
Yeah, and they need about 400. That's a 480 volt, 440 volt minimum. Yeah, then you gotta have to separate it, panel for that, and you gotta have to tell the Edison to increase my voltage in my home. Sorry, you gotta pay $5,000. Money. It's all about money. So charging station, important. Some of our community, they already have a, I'm not so sure it's a free charging, but I know I saw the couple parking, they have charging station, or even some of a parking area, they have charging. It's a free? Do you know?
No, you didn't pay.
Oh. I know, like Brea Mall, they have the church. Uh-huh. Okay. But how did they know? I just plug it in. How did they know which car is which?
You have to activate on your app.
Oh.
You have a car, you have to plug.
Okay. See, I don't drive an electrical car. I don't know. So that's why I gotta have to learn. I say, I don't think it's gonna be free. You know, at top of my mind, I say, I don't think, maybe just like, you know, when you drive on the, you know, get a decal on a sticker, you know, drive on the freeway, it's for, well, how many years, you know, on the carpool lane. After that, you cannot get in. Then I believe, you know, definitely, you know, later on, you have to, maybe within the warranty time, like 3 or 4 years or something, maybe it's free. You know, even I believe the more and more on the charging station for Tesla, because they require, you know, higher voltage. Just like, you know, the I'm not sure, it's like the did they have a charging station maybe between LA to Vegas for Tesla? They has to. Otherwise, when you're driving it and you turn out all the air conditioning full blast, go uphill, you see it sucking the power. Yeah. By the time you go to the middle, I want to shut down the air gun. You know, my power getting less. If you get up by the charging station, you're stuck. I know it's like I'm always like watching somebody like 60 or 80 Tesla, you know, park on the curb. The power. I tell her, sucker, we driving the gasoline car. Okay. Other factor affecting the property. So also the FHA, VA approval. Some of the property, they do have to look at it, see if the FHA or VA approval. So if you do work with those buyers, call the community first. Okay, call the community first if that community FHA, or sometimes you may find out through the website or ask lender. If that particular community is not approved, then don't waste time. Okay, don't believe. And usually, if I took the listing on the any condominium, and for some of an area, you kinds of foreseeing, you have FHA loan buyer. For example, if you take the listing in the Riverside area, yes, you call the community and say that will FHA loan or VA loan approved. If you talk about Hacienda and Roller High, first of all, you didn't really have find those buyers. Second of all, seller will not accept those buyers either. So it's okay. Yeah. If they really want to find out and you have no offer, you can tell the buyer's agent, here's a phone number for HOA. You call. Legal action. Marketing, internet advertisement, internet blog, social media. 6, paste, loan, and link. That's for high efficient energy, clean energy saving program, PACE. Solar panel lease and recording device.
One more question.
Yes.
If the like a phone, some of the rural high area really cannot. Like I use the T-Mobile. I go there, it just doesn't have any signal. Do we need a store for that?
First of all, seller probably doesn't use T-Mobile. They don't know. Who has the exam on that? Yes. Well, we will cover that later.
Okay, so we need to say something,
Do we have to say something? Put it this way. Did you ever ask your buyer, say, what kinds of cell phone you are? Okay, let me tell you on my case.
But a seller should be know.
No, seller doesn't know. If seller have Verizon, if they get strong signal.
Verizon is okay, but those is no.
T-Mobile, they don't know. What do you do? If the buyer really concerned, okay, T-Mobile, I have those buyer. You know where I put? I put on a counter offer. Or because I said,
some areas, even the internet get only.
that's right. Some of the area, remote area, some even Chino, they don't have a cable. You cannot even get. You know what internet they can use? Only satellite. They don't even have cable. No Spectrum or whatever, AT&T, Uverse or whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, just don't have it. Not even like fiber optic. Frontier used to be what, the Verizon? No. Yeah. No internet. Yes. If that's the case, you talk about internet. Usually, you will, the seller will know. So disclose it. But phone is really hard.
Yeah.
Especially, we all have a Wi-Fi enabled. When you have a Wi-Fi at home, like Chino Hills, I went to my friend's house. I know it's like if I turn on my AT&T LTE, only one bar, and but if I had turn on the, certainly I always keep my AT&T, the Wi-Fi enabled on. Then when I go to the house, I get their password, my phone ring, no problem, because it bypass, on the regular phone line, but using the internet. Just like when you call me, I may be in Taiwan, I may be in Korea or somewhere in China, and if I have a hotspot with me, my phone will ring. You call me, you don't even know where am I. Sometimes I'm even on the plane. When I'm on the airplane, I turn, for the by the Wi-Fi. Okay, tell you that. The Wi-Fi only can send you the text, talking, and email. That's about it. Document, forget it. I pick my laptop and try to work on it. No way. Okay, try once. I will not buy it if I have to go work on the plane. No, I can't. Even I know it's not expensive, but I just cannot work. The satellite signal is too slow. DocuSign, forget it. You want to do any on the zip form, any form, downloading, uploading, forget it. It's not going to work. But if you talk about, if you want to do a line or WeChat or anything on the email, text message, yes, that's okay. Some of it, if they want you to make a decision, you expecting someone have to make a decision, you have to talk. Fine. But if you want to review document, no. Okay, just let you know. FYI. But I did, put on the counter offer, like your question. I did put on the counter offer when I purchased their property, particular property in Chino Hills. So seller, they say, okay, fine, no problem. They accept it because that's a legitimate request. So what we did is, I say, well, that's pretty easy. I tell the buyer, when we do the home inspection, bring your phone. You walk around every corner of a house, see your signal, see if you can talk. My AT&T has no problem. Yours T-Mobile, why don't you call me? Walk around the house, see if it's okay with you. Right? That's considered part of an inspection too. Walk on the backyard, walk on the front yard, garage, upstairs, bathroom, everywhere. Talk. Just, even I'm downstairs, okay? But you want to see if you can hear clearly. That's the way to test it. Satisfied? Great. The only dead spot is in the kitchen. It's okay. Fine. There. Now tell them, I say, later on when you have the wireless router, you turn on the Wi-Fi enable, then the whole house have no problem connecting. So far, if we just go by the regular signal, the phone signal, the only dead spot is the kitchen. Can you accept it? Yeah, okay, buy it. Investigation and physical condition. Easement, access, encroachment. Buyers and seller are advised to confirm the exact location. Easement share the private driveway, roadway. Encroachment on or to the property may be possible only by conducting a survey. Okay. Private driveway or the roadway. Share. Some of a driveway or some of a private community, a driveway, you might have to bypass and someone is a driveway. If you buy those property, my best suggestion to you or to the buyer, don't piss off your neighbors. Okay. They can remove you from the easement on the title. You cannot use my driveway if it's that's the case. Yeah. Rather don't do that. Okay. Or if anybody concerned, then don't buy those property. You buy the single family, you have your own lot, doesn't have to go through any easement. The only easement if the utility company, that's okay. We can accept that. But you talk about neighbors. Some of the neighbor was suing neighbors. Just like, the one I did it, for the, that's what I heard on the seller, when I have the one on the Snow Creek listing, and the seller said, right across the street, that neighbor is a typical Chinese. I don't know why. He's the next door neighbor because the leaf fall on his front yard. Can you control the falling leaves? Oh, because I cleaned the leaves and I hurt my back. And you sue neighbors. Oh boy. I don't know. Some of the people say, "Come on, unless it's like you really cannot tolerate." Just for example, dog barking whole night, and you tell the neighbor, "Please get in control with your dog," and neighbor say, "Oh, I cannot control. It's my dog. If I want to bark, it bark. If that's the case, and they call the police, and police cannot do anything, animal control, whatever maybe. Then I maybe end up suing, okay? Or I heard like the fence. If the neighbor put a higher fence without the neighbors, without notice the neighbors, without a notice neighbor's permission, okay? Then maybe sue you. They maybe go through the city. No. You have a fence, but you want to put higher, like 1 foot higher. Then you probably block the light of the neighbor's windows. Right? Possible? Right? Yeah. Then they say, wait a minute, you gotta yeah. Why? It's my property. And then no, it's not yours. Fence actually sharing. Okay? So anything with share. It's not just a driveway, fence too, okay? Then they be unrecorded easement, access right, encroachment, and other agreement affecting the property that may not be disclosed by a survey. So title may not cover everything. Don't assume title will got everything. So some of maybe not recorded. representation regarding these items that are made in a multiple listing service advertisement, a plot by the title company are often approximation or based upon inaccurate, incomplete record, unless otherwise specified by broker in writing. Broker have not verified any such matter or any representation made by the seller or other. If buyer wants further information, buyer is advised and broker recommend that buyer hire a licensed surveyor during the buyer's inspection contingency period. Broker do not have expertise in this area. This form, you will see everything on the statement at the end. We don't have an expertise. What's that protecting? It's us. Actually, this form is protecting us. Okay, not just notify the buyer and seller. 2, environmental hazard. Buyers and seller advise that the presence of certain kinds of organism, toxic and contamination, including but not limited to mold, airborne, toxic, otherwise, fungi, mildew, lead-based paint, and other lead-based paint, asbestos, formaldehyde, radon, PCB, methane, other gas, fuel oil, chemical storage tank, contaminated soil, water hazard, waste, waste disposal site, electromagnetic field. What's that? High voltage tower. Your cell phone tower. That's a electromagnetic field. Nuclear sources. We don't have it really here. Yeah. Your property as well as pets. Yeah. Some people. Oh, wait. Did I jump it? Wait. Yeah. Euro formaldehyde and other material may advertise affecting the property. Yeah. Euro formaldehyde. Other material may adversely affecting the property and the health of the individual who live on the work at the property as well as pets. So pets, some people have an issue, allergic on their fur or anything. Okay. Usually what we see the most on our practice is mold. Okay. Maybe to you it's toxic, to me it's not toxic. Why? Because you may be allergic to that, I may not. So the reaction on the mold, everybody all react differently. So don't stop don't stop buyer if they want to do the mold inspection. They pay for it, it's their choice, their right. Okay, don't stop them. If whatever the buyer they want to do all kinds of investigation or inspection. You may probably you feel more troublesome, but it's their right. They're buying maybe in a lifetime a big investment. To us, it's everyday job. It's different. They have more emotion. We have no emotion when we deal with our client. Better don't do any emotion. Okay, that's my best suggestion. Don't get too close to your clients. Okay, keep it neutral. Yeah, cold-blooded, no emotion. I know some of the agent, they will get upset with the buyer and piss off with the listing agent. For what? Yeah, I still see a listing agent yelling at me or buyer's agent if I'm yelling at me. For what? Yeah. The worst yet, we have some coworker or peer, yelling at me. For what? Yeah. Mid-age woman. It's like midlife crisis. So those I would probably see the most. Other than that, very, very seldom, very few a situation we will deal with it. Because waste disposal site, electromagnetic field, yeah, some of the high voltage tower, maybe a rolling height, hills. If some people do concern, or I do have, very first time I have the people have Edison company coming out to do the measurement of electromagnetic field. Oh, why? Because they have one electro pole at the backyard with the transformer. It's free. I mean, it's a free survey, okay? Free service. You just have to wait. And as long as the seller, they are okay with it, and we do the test. But when the report coming out, I still don't understand what they write. I can see that is when you stand underneath the electro pole. Okay, you got a higher electromagnetic field. No matter what kinds of, even a home voltage 120. Okay, it doesn't have to be the high tower, just a regular wooden or concrete one. Okay, you still have some of them, but when you get it further away, it will getting less. That's obvious. We know that. But some people do, if they want to get the tested, to investigate, don't stop them. Fine, I'll do it. I'll call, or maybe you or buyer, you can call the Edison company, and we have to get the seller permission for that. And seller have to cooperate it. So I say, no. Well, then we may cancel the deal, right? So seller, you better cooperate. Some municipalities may impose additional requirement regarding the underground storage tank. That's usually like fuel tanks, or anything. Maybe, which may be more common in certain areas, cities throughout the state, especially where there are larger, older homes built before 1935. Because you don't know what's underground. It could be the really, really old gas station that have an old fuel tank, and it's built in 1935. Why? Because they don't have a record before, around World War II and before. Then if you do concern, then you may be what you need to hire. Underground ultrasound. You see, what's the what do you have on the bottom? I mean, you can test it though. You can hire those people. They can using the sonar. Okay, test it what underneath underground. I see that because I do have a buyer on that. See, I got all kinds of weird buyers. So I mean, it's like, actually they really want to found. It's not exactly want to found the tank. Well, we are finding the tank. What kinds of? It's a septic tank. That's what we want to find, not exactly the fuel or the contamination tank, because we bought it as a bank-owned property, and certainly seller's gone, run away, right? We know it's a septic tank area because neighbors all like that, and we don't know where the septic tank is, and assuming we have to replace it because it could be broke, even built in 1978, who knows? So we got to have to hire the people. Test it in the whole lot using the sonar, so they can draw the underground map. Yeah. Is the hard way? Yeah. Remember the one on the I know last time I saw the TV. That's how they see on Cambodia, right? The what's that called? Ugeku, the actually the older building, okay. 四面佛的地方, okay, all the building, they have even, last time we used the underground ultrasound, they look at, oh boy, even underground have a bigger, on the living area, everything underground, way bigger, a different, dynasty or something like that. So that's why even the tomb, okay, on the our ancestor, yeah, now they all using the so with sonar to check, what's underground, how big is it for their tomb, right? For the emperor's tomb, the tomb, that's how they test it. Is it possible that the tank, either now or in the future, may require inspection or abandonment? Okay, they may just abandon. If the buyer wants further information, buyer advice and the buyer broker recommend that the buyers have the property inspected for the existence and such condition and organism and condition, and that may lead to their formation. Not all inspector are licensed, and license are not available to all type of inspection activity. Buyer is also advised to consult with appropriate expert regarding this topic during buyer's inspection contingency period. Broker recommend that buyer and seller read the booklet of Residential Environmental Hazard, a guide of homeowner, home buyers, landlord, and tenants, and protect your family from lead in your home. Broker do not have expertise in this area. Booklet, okay? If you're not, we have an email on the zip form. Number 3, formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is a substance known to the state of California cause cancer. And exposure to the formaldehyde may be caused by material used in construction of home. The United States Environmental Protection Agency, the California Air Resource Board, and other agencies have measured the presence of formaldehyde in indoor and selected home in California. Usually, what would you have formaldehyde in the structure? The wood, anything you use, maybe use a glue, our furniture, even our brand new car. A brand new car may have it, okay? You say, oh, that's a new car smell. Not exactly. Part of it is a formaldehyde smell. Levels of formaldehyde of the present significant cancer risk has been measured in the most home and were tested. Formaldehyde is present in the air because it is emitted by the variety of a building material and home product used in the construction. So when it's new home, you have more issue. Second hand, it's all airborne, gone. Just like when you buy the new car, the fresh smell. New home, fresh smell. Yeah, you smell a lot of formaldehyde. The material including the carpeting, okay, present wood products, because sometimes the compressed wood, you know, like those board, you know, if they compress, they sometimes use a glue. Insulation, plastics, and glues. Most homes, they have been tested elsewhere to contain formaldehyde, although the concentration vary from home to home with no obvious explanation of difference. One of the problems is that many suppliers is building material and home product do not provide information, chemical ingredient to the builder. Buyer may have the further question about the issue. Buyer is advised to consult with the appropriate expert regarding this topic during the buyer's inspection contingency period. Broker recommend that buyer and seller read the booklet titled Residential Environmental Hazard and Guide of Home Buyer, Landlord, and Tenant. Broker do not have expertise in this area. I never have the people, you know, test their formaldehyde, but usually at the the new home you have the issue. But if the second hand, well, you got last because it's all pretty much, you know, airborne, unless you do part of any remodeling area or brand new furniture. Some of our brand new furniture, they do have a smell, and that's it. So we have to just, you know, kind of let it sit, you know, let it go, you know, probably a couple of weeks. It should be, yeah, all the smell will be gone. Geologic hazard. Buyer and seller are advised that California has expertise in the earthquake in the past, and there's always a potential the future earthquake damage caused by the earthquake may not be discovered by a visual inspection of the buyers and broker. Inspection by the licensed qualified professional is strongly recommended that determine the structural integrity and safety of all structure and improvement of the property. If the property is a condominium or located in a planned unit development in the common interest subdivision, buyers are advised to contact the homeowner association about the earthquake repairs and retrofit works and the possibility of the increase of a special assessment of the draft or if defray. The cost of an earthquake refers to retrofit works. Buyers are encouraged to read the booklet entitled The Homeowner Guide of Earthquake Safety, and in most cases, questions within the booklet must be complete. The seller and the entire booklet give the buyers, if the property was built prior to 1960, we mentioned that before, okay, the stud, the foundation. Pre-1960, how far?
After 1960, how close? How many feet away for the post? Before it's 12. After 60 is 6 feet apart. Okay, that's for the foundation, raised foundation
on each post. If the property was built before 1975 and contained the structural construction masonry, present filled up concrete wall, the wood frame, floor, and roof, and if the building has reinforced masonry wall, and the seller must provide a buyer pamphlet entitled The Commercial Property Owner Guide of Earthquake Safety. Many areas have the wide range of a geological problem. Numerous studies have been made on this condition. Some information available to public. Review the city and county planning department. Buyers encouraged to review public maps, report, and or obtain a geologist inspection report.
NHD, we have that. So that's why we tell the buyer to read that.
Buyers may be able to obtain an earthquake insurance to protect their interest in the property. Seller who agree to provide finance shall be considered required buyer to obtain such insurance, naming seller as insured lien holder. Broker do not have expertise in this area. Why? It's because if the seller doing their own financing to the buyer, and if the buyer default, and if the for some reason, if the earthquake happened, and buyer said, forget it, I'm not going to repair. And if the seller is not part of an insurer, then they won't get benefit because, on the damage, because seller is only a lien holder, finance to the buyer, who own the house, still the buyer. But buyer default the payment to the seller. Seller have the right to foreclose. But foreclose what? A damaged house? Well, that's why. The beneficiary, the part of the insurance beneficiary has to be a seller, because seller, those are for some areas, seller doing their own financing, not bank, not any lender. Okay, let me finish on paragraph 5. Inspection. Buyers and seller advise the buyer has the right to obtain the various inspection and property under most residential purchase agreement. Buyers advised to have the property inspection by the professional property inspector service within a buyer's inspection contingency period. A licensed builder, contractor, and other professional way may perform this service. The inspector generally does not look behind wall and under carpet and take equipment apart. Certain items of a property, such as chimney, spark, rest, plumbing, heating, air conditioning, electrical wiring, pool, spa, septic system, well, roof, foundation, structure item, and may need to be inspected by another professional, such as chimney sweep, plumber, electrician, pool spa service, septic and well company, and roofer. A general physical inspector typically will not test for mold, wood, destroyed pests, lead-based paint, radon, asbestos, and other environmental hazards, geological condition, age, remaining useful life of a water, tightness of a roof, cracks, leaks, or operational problem associated with the pool and spa connection of the property and the sewer system. If the buyer wants further information on any aspect of the property, broker recommend that buyer have discussed with the professional property inspector, and buyer hire the appropriate professional for the area of concerning for buyer. Broker do not verify the result of any such inspection or guarantee the performance of any such inspector or service. Any election of the buyer to waive the right to physical inspection of a property or to rely on somebody other than the appropriate professional is against the advice of brokers. Not all inspectors are licensed, and licenses are not available for all type of inspection activity. Brokers do not have expertise in this area. This one is pretty straightforward. So if the buyer want to do the inspection, certainly you got a lot of things you can inspect. Okay, that's why we base on the general inspection first. And general inspector, they will tell you, you may focus something if they have a pool and spa, see the rusting area. Maybe you say, oh, okay, plaster may be gone if you want to get further inspection. Or the roof, you see the water stain on the backside of the roof, or maybe ceiling. And we don't know because how many years of the roof unless seller disclose. If you do concern on those, and certainly
plumbing, electrician. If like older house, you didn't get the copper wire, you got the aluminum wiring, and see if you know how much it's going to cost to rewire the whole house. Well, it's going to be costly. Just like the plumbing is really old, you have to repipe, you know, for supply power, supply water. Sometimes drainage. You know, I do have a client really concerned on the drainage ages. So, and also the supply from between the water meter, from water company water meter, all the way to the house, that pipe. Usually everybody replaces the whole house pipe, but never replace the outside underneath a front yard, okay? That is also costly. Another thing, what else? Gas pipe. Gas pipe. Do you think gas pipe would get rusted somewhere? Yeah, it will get deteriorating. If any house 50, 60 years old, you can see, you know, this are being replaced. If not, potentially it's going to cost by the buyer. It's going to be replaced. Okay? So if you have those knowledge and if you kind of reminding the buyer, either buyer, you like this house, you got to maybe reserve some money, maybe down in the near future, you might have to replace, could be roof, could be plumbing, could be gas pipe, could be drainage. Anything could happen. That's your cost. Okay? Don't just throw the buyers under the bus. Hey, hey, sucker. Yeah, you buy, you own it. Yeah. Later on, hey, just see the buyer will sue you. Especially older house. If the buyer is no concern, doesn't want to spend the money, fine. Then don't buy the house so old. 1940, 30, okay? Pre-World War I era, World War II era. Well, they don't have a tendency to break down anything, okay? From electrical, if they didn't do any upgrade. Or do you think, you know, if you buy in the 1980 houses, you see the original furnace and air conditioning system, what do you think? It may break anytime. Condenser is over 30, 40 years. Do you think it will break? Yeah. Possibly. Yeah, very possibly. Or you see the water heater, it's been more than 10 years. Do you think they could leak anytime? Because life expectancy for water tank, water heater tank, that's about 10 years. So those are just a knowledge, you know. That's why I encourage you every time when the inspector to go on the inspecting the house, please be there. I know a lot of the buyer's agent, they're so lazy. Buyer's there. Inspector, I don't have to be there. Why I encourage you to be there is because you learn. You follow the inspector, go around it. Believe me, you'll learn a lot. I go almost 99% of the inspection. Even I got a busy schedule. I exercise, I play a lot. But I want to talk about inspection, please fit in my schedule. I tell buyer, I have to fit in my schedule so I can attend. Why? I want to know. I want to learn. Even until today, I still learn something new. Yeah, don't stop learning, especially inspection. You'll find something new, okay? And then you'll be able to, even buyers wasn't there, you have to be there. Don't just send the inspector. Oh, you got Supra key? Fine, you get it. Inspect the house, you're by yourself. Then all I need is to read the report. It's different. When you're not there, it's different when you just look at a report. You don't know how you relate it. You better be there when the inspector is there so they can point you what's going on. So you can, especially, you know, when buyers start there, buyer's agent, you better be there. It's because you can explain to the buyer. If you're not there, you just tell the buyer, hey, look, read the report. You're too lazy. No, don't do that. Okay, we'll stop right here and we'll continue on the paragraph 6 on the mode next Tuesday. Thank you for coming.